It'd be really awkward if no one said anything here.
It would. It'd be awkward if we were live on the internet and we all just sat here not realising.
Oh no, we realise, but we're just
awkward anyway, so it's fine.
And the last conversation we had isn't something we can pick up.
No, it's not worth paraphrasing.
Moving swiftly on. Welcome to bonus section, heroes. I'm apparently Moira Rose from It's Creed. And what are we playing? We're playing her
Strahd.
Dinner with Strahd, the RPG.
I wanted to call it Castle Ravenloft, or in Castle Ravenloft, because you have been invited to dinner with the devil himself. I can't believe you put this on YouTube with the title Dinner with Strahd. Dinner with the devil, Matt. Come on.
How about Dinner with the Devil, Strahd?
Too wordy. What? Oh, dear.
I don't think Dinner with the Devil's probably as good for SEO as Dinner with Strahd.
Dinner with the devil is staffier. Just go with it. Do what the lady says.
Oh, I'm changing it. Don't worry. I also have control over the YouTube. Sorry, Jim. What were you going to say?
I wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going to get a nice little shower of support from all sides, but no. Yeah, you had dinner with Strahd.
It's what the encounter's called.
It is what the encounter's called. So if someone was looking it up in the book and then went to YouTube, they would look up Dinner with the Devil. Oh, apparently I'm arrogant today. So let's. Oh, I'm in character. No, I'm in character.
As yourself.
Yes, I'm so sorry. In the words of Hazel, please don't leave. I'm sorry. You're my only friends.
Don't worry, there's no one here to leave yet, so we're okay. Well, there might be, but
maybe we'll get views if I have a breakdown live.
I reckon.
I mean, Tom hasn't even shown up, so I think that counts as leaving.
Yeah, that's
true.
Tom
will be joining later.
Yes, Tom will be joining later. But where did we get to? So you got in the carriage, you made your way to Castle Ravenloft. Magus turned into an eagle, I think, and returned the tome of Strahd to the underneath the standing stones in Berez, as he felt that was a safe place. Before rejoining with you at Vallaki, you have still got the holy symbol of Ravenkind on you, on Cedric, nay Sergei. Is that how you say it? The N-E-E with the...
I've always thought it was knee.
Knee Sergei? Nay Sergei.
I don't know.
Anyway. I'd ask chat, but there's no one there.
There's no one there yet. Davey will be along. He's good at research.
Stop saying that there's never people here.
Well, maybe one day we'll look back.
The thing about being a pessimist is you're either right or pleasantly surprised. So, like, one day someone will be watching this and going, well, clearly someone is here watching it, and I will be proven wrong, and I'll be very happy about that.
Yeah, and they'll write little comments to let us know, and that'll be lovely. So I've had a long, hard day at work, so I think my brain's frazzled because I keep getting lost. You have that's where the items went, and then you arrived, and you went upstairs, and
they had clothes ready for us.
Yes,
Gertrude did.
Gertrude.
She's clearly being gaslighted and is convinced that Strahd is a lovely fellow and all the rumours are false, and yeah, it's horrible.
Young woman who is staying at the castle and very much being looked after.
Yeah, looked after. Creeper. Sorry, Strahd's supposed to be sexy, isn't he? Because toxic's the new sexy? I don't know.
It's all right, Matt. They're not really.
It pains me.
No, it's gone. It's gone again. And then you got dressed and stuff and went
And
downstairs
we
to dinner.
And it started off quite polite and got sassier.
It's got a little bit sassier. It's not been awful.
Not bad, just slightly sassy.
You were served a lobster bisque and some roast beef and vegetables by what appear to be two servants, one that looks strangely like Irina and another with a burn covering his face. They haven't said a word, they've just served you. Kept topping up your glasses with wine, and yeah, you've had some interesting conversations, and we return with you having finished your main course, and Strahd inviting you to take a tour of the castle with him. So he will stand. Gertruda will very happily sort of jog over to the front of the hall in anticipation.
Politely stand up and follow suit.
She'll stand as well.
I would, but it's paused. Thank you.
And Valenta will tell you that she will meet you for dessert. She has seen quite enough of the castle, having lived in it for several decades.
Yeah, as they walk off, I'll just mutter, yeah, I saw enough of it the first time I died outside of it. We'll follow quite far behind. But I will retrieve my sword from the side that I had put there on the way in.
You will notice Rahadin stood by the set of double doors, and he will flank the party, if you will. He will bring up the rear. I'm just going to make Magus travel with, probably arm in arm with Gertruda, let's be honest. They're a cute pair. So you make your way back out into the hallway again, where that very lavish looking suit of armor is, and the stairwell that you descended from the sort of lounge upstairs, into this entrance hall, where there is another very grand staircase to the east, but Gertruda and Strahd, etc. Let me select all of them because I'm not moving them one at a time. Will proceed to the double doors in the south wall. No, I can't move 3 people through. This was a bad idea. Magus will pick you up later.
Do you want to give me control of Magus and I'll take him with me?
Do we need the map or?
Well, I don't know if you want to use this as an opportunity to get to know the castle a little bit.
Okay, maybe.
Everyone can control Magus. Make him do a silly dance. You will walk into a long hallway where Gertruda will tell you, oh, they really need a dust, don't they? Webs hang between each of these statues every 5, is it every 5 feet? Kind of. So, if I remember correctly, these are all statues of knights that served the von Zanovich house. Heroes in Barovia.
As she's moving around and talking, I'm going to try and subtly see if she's got any marks on her neck.
Make a perception check, please.
I'm going to use knowledge from a past life to give me a... Can Jim remember what it gives? Is it a D6?
Want to say
check.
yes? Yes.
I'm just going to use it without seeing it because I feel like I need it. It's not really helped.
The collar on her dress goes right up to her chin. It's ruffled. It's quite hard to see any of her neck. She does move her head around a lot. She's a very jumpy person. Not jumpy scared, jumpy exuberant.
She's a very lively girl.
Yeah. But unfortunately you cannot see. As you proceed through the hall, it's the statues. Obviously, they're made of stone, but there's something about this hall that makes you feel a little like you're being watched, like those stone eyes are following you, or even judging you. I will take a moment to consider where the alignment of your characters when you first entered Barovia, and how you think they've changed as you've got to this point. You don't need to tell me, just there is a heaviness weighed upon your soul in this area, something about this endless parade of stone eyes. And ahead of you, a recognizable figure of a sun emblazoned on the set of double doors that you're approaching. And this is the chapel that you're... I don't know why I moved all of you, sorry, you can do as you wish, they're your characters.
I would just move us all. It's easier. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Did I... No, she's not in there, that's a lie. He's not in there, that's a lie. You'd think I'd have prepped. But I'd also prep the castle for flashbacks through the book, so there you go.
Can I step in?
Yes.
Mine keeps coming up with error token collide every time I try and move Alexander.
Usually if it's colliding with a wall, but...
I will bring you with me.
Thank you.
It seems a long time since you have used your chapel, Count Strahd.
The servants that I have, it seems unfair to make them clean and mend areas that are not in use. No, I am not a holy person, and we do not get visitors. Who are?
So why do you show it to us? And I shall try and look casual, but wander up and have a look at this altar or whatever it is. Tomb, altar.
Yeah, it's an altar. It is...
And just run my hand across the top of it, feel the stone, probably wipe off some dust and cobwebs.
It is a beautiful part of this building. And I wonder if it might trigger any memories, and he'll look at Cedric.
Does it trigger any memories for me? Hello?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Oh. It was the dead silence made me think I'd fucked my audio.
Yeah, why not? We'll take a moment. I'll go to the tome. This is what you would have seen in the tome, but now feels like a triggering moment. I can't find the tome. It's in the bearers folder. So this memory will be for you and you alone, Sergei.
Cool.
Cedric, help. As you stand and stare at the altar, the dust and cobwebs seem to dissipate as if time is moving very quickly. And invisible hands are cleaning and tidying, and the pews are slowly repaired and set up, and flowers begin to adorn, flower garlands adorn the beautiful stained glass windows, and the sun seems to shine through them. And everyone else will observe you walking up to the altar, and you will stand there and look down and see yourself dressed in military regalia. And if you look at your hands, they are not punctuated by stitches. They are unharmed. And turn to your side, and you will see Strahd in that armor, that beautiful red armor that was stood in the alcove outside the dining room, and the pews filled with people. And then the door opens, and a woman with beautiful red hair in a white dress starts to walk towards you, and you feel inside you this happiness, this joy swelling, like it makes you want to run forward and embrace this woman, but you know you shouldn't, and it's taking everything for you to not sort of tremble with anticipation as she walks really slowly towards you, and you can see through a veil this really demure smile. And then you feel this pain piercing you, and you have been hit with an arrow, a crossbow bolt. Something has embedded itself in your shoulder and pushes you back to the floor. And you hear shouting, and you're not sure what's happened. You just look down and you're starting to stream with blood. And then a cloak, something envelops you. And there's a warmth around your neck that turns to a searing pain, and you cry out, but it's muffled by this cloak. And you want to shout for Irina. That's her name, that's the woman's name that was walking towards you. You want to know so desperately if she's okay. You don't care about the pain in your shoulder and your neck, but you are pinned down by something with inhuman strength, and you can feel your strength as you attempt to push back just dwindling so rapidly, leaving your body. It's like you've not slept in days. You are suddenly exhausted and weary, and your vision goes blurry. And that cloak, that whatever has enveloped you, that was clouding your vision, pulls back, and you look into the face of who you now know as Strahd, his mouth smeared with blood, as everything turns black.
Cedric will have a moment of just wiping some of the dust away from the altar, and kind of like rub some of it just between his fingers for a moment. kind of like sigh and then look at Olaf, Magus, and Alessander, and just for very quickly, just have a reaction of just going, no. No, it doesn't bring back any memories.
And this is where Strahd will do his awful insight check. Yep. That's bad.
Oh,
There's always the
wanna
potential
do
I could roll
insight
lower.
check as well, because I'm terrible at insight, so it seems rude not to. Oh,
Oh.
on a good day.
I rolled a 2.
Strahd will smile. And Olav, you know.
I've spotted that Strahd knows that he's not telling the truth.
I like to imagine that with Cedric's patchwork skin, he has a tell that he doesn't know is a part of him that he doesn't know twitches when he's telling a lie.
Like Le Chiffre from Casino Royale.
Yeah, so this beautiful chapel that you can see, it's 90 foot high up to this domed ceiling. There's a balcony across the wall to your north, 50 feet above the floor, and in the center of the balcony, 2 tall chairs, but they're pushed back. You can't really see them, you just see the tops of them. The benches, as you can see, are in disarray. It's more debris than anything, and there's the altar at one end of the chapel. It's carved with figures of angels entwined with grapevines, very typical religious iconography. And silver statue is on the altar. It looks like a symbol of a raven. A symbol of a raven? A carving, an effigy of a raven.
Pick it up and have a look. I will turn to Strahd, and I recognize the sun, but what is the significance of the raven? It is a family crest, or?
Yes, indeed, our crest is a raven.
Would this not be better in your dining room, or somewhere where it could be seen? It seems a shame to leave it here in this decay to not be seen. It's quite beautiful, really.
May not be a God-fearing man, but my family were. It is nice to keep something of them within this place.
Just stick it back down on the stone. It is a shame. It feels like the people of your land could do with a little sun.
Indeed.
Perhaps if you restored this place, the clouds might part for a time. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
It's an intriguing theory. Please, if you would like to stick around, help restore the place, you are welcome to.
My dexterity is not what it was. And you made other offers which may be more attractive earlier. Your lands need a lawkeeper, do they not?
I feel they would benefit from that, yes.
Restoring churches I cannot do, but keeping law and order perhaps I can.
If you know anyone handier than yourself, then this might be a project for them.
I'll
Please.
look into it.
Follow me. Other things I've failed to notice, through the stained glass windows, you can see that behind is an overgrown courtyard. There are 2 doors either side of the room which seem to lead out to it, and behind you there is two alcoves, openings that lead to another set of stairs, one up here to the northwest, and he is heading in the direction of the northeast.
I'll let them get a little bit of distance, and I will just put a hand on Cedric's shoulder, hold his gaze for a second, and then a little bit of sympathy in my expression, or as best as Olaf can muster. Maybe a little bit of deception in it, because I was reflecting on what you said. He's a little bit more hate-filled over the last few months.
You'll be fine, Olaf.
Was more to do with your reaction. I don't know if you realise, but it was clear that you do remember something, but we can talk about it later.
They will lead you up some steps. Floorboards creak underneath. Although this map makes it look like stone, so that's not hugely helpful.
Mine's doing the collide thing again.
God damn it. Why does it
I
hate
don't
you?
know. I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
I'm still sorry, though. I'm scared you'll leave me.
Everyone's feeling a bit insecure today. The stairs lead you up to that aforementioned balcony level, where you will see 2 ornate thrones stood side by side. Again, they need a bit of a dusting. Oh God, where's everyone gone? Move everyone, come on. Nope, that's not what I need. Sorry, there are so many rooms and so many descriptions of every room. You'll walk in, he'll lead you into another hall. Nothing quite as interesting as the statues in this one, just occasional sconces on each side of the wall.
I'm gonna start getting suspicious and be on the lookout for if he's leading us into a trap.
What specifically are you looking out for?
I don't know, just kill spaces, murder holes.
Kill spaces and murder holes, got it.
Can I keep an eye out? Well, no. Can I keep my senses open for? I've spent enough time with Graham that I know the sounds, the feel that kind of there's something invisible here. So do I feel like we're being watched, or is there anything like that going on?
Would you both like to make perception checks?
I would like to, I probably won't, but yeah.
I did better than me. Oh, maybe not.
not Olav, but Alessander with a 13. You are very much paying as much attention as you can to every detail in this room, and behind some of the dust and the cobwebs, you can see maybe what looks like a wire or something, maybe a beam hanging from one end of the hall to the other, but that doesn't look like it fits with the rest of the sort of aesthetic, if you will.
Okay. Has there been one of these in each corridor that we've...
You didn't see that in the corridor below. If we assume you've been this, I assume you'd be on high alert for the whole thing.
Mm.
Could be.
And is it going, so is it the length of the corridor, so it's going down the centre of the whole thing, or is it going across?
Down the centre, length of the corridor.
Okay. I will just kind of
Probably
grab
the
Magus
third
by
level.
the arm, and I'll move us both over to the same side of the beam as the other two.
Okay. Strahd and Gertruda will lead you through into a little entryway where you see two skeletons. They are wearing tattered armor. One of them is holding a scroll. But as Strahd enters, they both bow deeply. And they proceed without paying them much mind. Gertruda will say something like, "Isn't it funny how they work like people? It's like they remember or something. It's such a clever trick." And Strahd will not tell me how he does it.
You find it funny.
I
They
have
were
never seen
people.
anything like that. Yes, but they're not really people, are they?
But they were.
She'll get a concerned look as she grapples with the idea that this isn't a parlor trick.
How would you feel if it was someone you cared for?
I can't say that I've ever thought about it.
Well, I am halfway between you and them. Would you like to spend eternity like that?
I suppose not, but they don't seem to have souls. They're just
Do you think I have a soul?
puppeted by magic. I don't know how these things work. Of course you have a soul. You're talking to me. You have a personality. I confess I didn't really understand what Valenta meant by saying you were undead like her, but not quite.
Just something to think about.
So this is where Strahd would have held court. So where other noblemen would come with news, and he would greet them and talk any business to do with the land. Yes, isn't this lovely? She's a little bit unsettled and clearly distracted after that conversation.
It
And
would
you can
have been
tell
beautiful once. Very true. Shame.
it's an audience hall of sorts. There is a wooden throne at one end of the hall. The hall with, again, very high ceiling is suspended by pillars along the sides, and there are 2 sets of staircases leading down from there.
Can I have a look in this room for anything similar to that beam from the previous corridor?
Place to perception, please.
Is this a piano or a harpsichord type thing here?
Where are we looking? Oh no, that's the throne.
Oh, okay. It's just so fancy it's got a cover on it.
24. Much better. Alessander, as you are assumably just walking around the hall, taking it all in, including the ceiling, you don't notice anything like you did in the previous room. There are frescoes on the ceiling, again covered in dust, but you can see the grandeur of them, gold paint and splashes of colour that you wouldn't see in any other Barovian home. And as you walk past the throne, you will notice a knife embedded in the arm. And with a 24, you will notice something only Alessander could sort of notice. A seam in the wall around here that indicates to you that that's not a wall, that's a door.
Something here is not as it seems. Okay.
I can't remember where I was taking you now. How do I get you to where I needed to get you? It's that man you bumped into before, Olaf.
Accidentally.
Again, he looks rather confused at your presence.
I look rather confused at his presence.
To remind you, he's an elderly man, but he is a spectral elderly man, and the room is full of papers, piled upon papers, and may I help you?
So sorry, I did not mean to disturb you in the dead of night.
Is it? I lose track of time.
I bet you do. Sorry to disturb. I'll have a quick scan around the room, see what's in there. As I slowly
Giving me
close
more
the door.
perception rolls.
Oh, not my thing, really.
Well, you're scouting.
Yeah.
It is pretty much as you see it. Scrolls, tomes, and lining loads of bookshelves. There are some wooden chests fitted with heavy locks in at the back of the room, and at the center, him at this desk, where he pores over the papers.
Sorry to disturb, and I will close the door on the way out.
Strahd will probably...
Yeah, that's not the exit, is it?
No. That is Leaf, our accountant.
His spirit.
It seems he was so married to the job in life, he cannot let it go in his death.
You have many other spirits. I kind of prefer to keep my distance from them.
There are a couple. You could say it is a haunted castle, but it has seen many events.
Yeah, well, spirits seem to stick to me like catkins on a fine wool cloak, so I would appreciate a heads up. I wouldn't want to collect any more and take any of yours, especially if they do important work.
Do the spirits speak to you?
Sometimes. They tend to just act. Many of them do not like you.
I have made many enemies. I understand that.
Actually, I'm being kind. All of them do not like you.
Perhaps you do me a favor then by bringing them to dinner with us. Perhaps they will get their stories straight.
I don't think that's how the spirits of the dead work. They tend to stay fixed on whatever was in their mind at the moment of death, and you seem to be in a lot of minds at the moment of death. You were in mine, in fact.
Tell me, O love, what is it that drives your spirit to endure? Do you think if you were to slay me, you would pass on? You would find peace?
I'm gonna lie here. So I seek to free these spirits, to let them outside of the mists so that they may be at peace and not be whispering in my ear.
How do you know
Unlike
that?
everything else in Barovia, not everything is about you.
And how do you know that is what will bring them peace? To leave this place. Perhaps they will never find peace, which means you will never find peace and your mission is impossible. Why would your time not better be served protecting the living?
I do my best to protect the living, but the dead, they choose me. I do not choose them. I wish to free them for peace and peace alone. They are full of hate, and it seeps into me like ink on clothes. It's the longer I am with them, the more I will just trail off.
You find yourself consumed by their hatred.
Sometimes I come close to that, yes.
Let me frame it this way. Perhaps you could slay me, one supposed evil, or you could save many, many good people as a marshal of these lands.
What if in freeing the spirits I freed you? You are as much a prisoner as us.
You're telling me that you don't think the way to free your spirits that hate me so much is not to slay me.
All prisons can be broken out of. Nothing is inescapable. For every clever trap there is a rogue, and I'll look at Alexander, that can disarm it. For every poison there is an antidote. And often the secret of these traps and poisons and prisons is very, very close by. You just have to look for it.
See, this is why you would make a good marshal. You are not entirely poisoned by their hate. yet. But I could see you easily consumed like those at Argynvost. If you let yourself. And now that you have closed this door, I'm going to open it again because I must lead all of you through here.
Very good. Are you not concerned I might collect your bookkeeper? I'm quite concerned.
Give him a wide berth, but he barely notices the evening leaf.
I mean, with respect, Lord Strahd, looking at this place, it seems to me you no longer care about money and finery. You're happy to let this place crumble and fall, so why have a bookkeeper at all?
I do not choose to. It is his soul's choice for whatever reason I cannot fathom. And he will lead you up the stairs, which I hope you can see now. Now, let's unpack everyone. Why hasn't Strahd? There he is. And you will come to another landing where there are two more skeletons in that tattered guard regalia.
Could you pull the stream to floor 3, please? If it's
Why?
floor 3 we're on.
And I appear to have lost Strahd.
We win! He disappeared in his own castle. He has become lost and...
It's quite the what can I do with Olaf? It's a mystery.
Oh, there he is. Why did that take so long? Anyway, he'll push through the doors, and I haven't pulled everyone to the scene yet. Not pulled to pulled all the tokens on the scene yet because I can't keep up with myself and didn't plan ahead. But in this room, you will see a smaller dining table, equally as elaborately laid with the finest china and chandeliers above lit, and as you walk in you will see platters of fresh fruit laid out on the table. The two servants from earlier just putting the finishing touches to I say finishing touches, moving things around the table, like a candelabra out the way so that they can fit the glasses and things on the table, pouring the last of the wine, and it is set up for you for dessert. And you will also hear the sound of the harp in the corner. No one playing it, but beautiful tune. Nicely atmospheric, not too disturbing.
You have many dining rooms, Lord Strahd.
This is a more intimate one for you, my friends. And with the harp here, I thought, if you wish, we can end this evening. I hope on good terms, with full bellies, with good music. Please dance, if you wish. Volenta is quite skilled a dancer. And I still haven't found her because I can't concentrate today.
With the dessert, so fruit and stuff, is there any sweet pastries or?
No, it's just fresh fruit, I'm afraid. Things you haven't
Okay,
seen in the whole time you've been here, like
okay, yeah, I will
juicy
still.
strawberries and what other
Can I
fruits are
pocket
there?
some fruit?
You can have some pocket fruit.
Thank you.
Where do you even get this fruit from?
The Vistani, they have the ability to leave this place, so as we are on good terms, they will bring me things that I request.
So
I
they might
wanted.
be able to take me out so I can release these spirits.
You are welcome to try, certainly.
Oh, you would
But
not put a word in for me.
oh, it is not that. They are welcome to try with you, but the stories I've heard of people that have tried that before, the mists have no hold over the Vistani, but anyone else, they have choked to death, lost in the mist, unable to penetrate them and reach the other side. But you are welcome to try.
I have seen other lands in the mists. I had an amulet once that let me travel. Sadly, when I arrived here, it was missing from my neck.
Did you think that this amulet would let you leave whenever you wish? Or did you
It
enter
did.
knowing this was a suicide mission of sorts?
We did not know, no. But we did not. We were not in the outside world. We were in other places like this, prisons for other beings like you, but not like you. And the last place I was in, and this will intrigue you, Lord Strahd, the Lord had gone missing, and the place was shrinking. The mists were eating it away. You see, there may be a way out of this prison, after all. Or perhaps they were just killed. I don't know.
That is intriguing. Is this all you know of this?
I know apparently that the lord of this place was called Azalan, but I know not a lot of him.
They are not known to me. As I'm sure my name is no longer known in the place that you are from. Well, your friends.
Yes, the place that I am from was very close to your lands. For the mists.
What place was that?
Now you're asking, I can't remember.
I wrote it down
It
somewhere.
begins with M, I
It does
think.
begin with M. It sounds like
Morton.
Malatane.
Melatonin.
Yeah, that sounds right.
My family, before they had me, they escaped to Malatane.
Really?
Hmm.
What? Your mother? Your brother?
My mother and
Sisters?
father.
Ah, I see.
It
You're an
is
only child then.
no. Have you not been following? Your friend Cedric looks very like my brother.
And I would seem to possess a small number of memories from his brother.
Strange.
Strange indeed. The mist playing tricks on us.
Clearly, we did something to deserve it.
Excuse me. I will ask Gertrude to dance. And very elegantly, Gertrude, looking very excited, will be swept up by Strahd and slowly waltzed around the table in time with the harp. And who will I pick on? Alessander. Valenta will approach you and ask you if you will dance.
And I will dance. Do I need to roll a performance check?
Oh, let's do that.
Oh no.
I thought Olaf was coming to ask me to dance.
You
I
can
don't
have
know.
advantage. Sorry, I moved you without thinking. Sorry. I just imagined them going round and you just being in the way.
Story of my life.
Do I get advantage because of the
You
lessons
do
I would
get
have had as a
advantage.
child?
You do get advantage, absolutely.
Oh, 21.
It's like riding a bike. I don't know whether you enjoyed it, and Valenta's not very good.
I will take the lead, but if anything is mentioned, I will say that I'm only any good because of the wonderful partner that I have.
You don't need to flatter me. I know that I am stepping on your toes. I was not a noble woman in my life. I do not know how to dance, and Strahd has tried to teach me, but I find it quite dull. But I know he would like me to entertain, and I will admit it is amusing to have a different scene for an evening.
You don't spin people in a waltz, do you? So I'm trying to think how I can
You
jazz
can
it
do.
up
You
a
can
bit.
You can embellish a waltz.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of would he, or would he think that that's a bit too out there, but he would be trying to entertain her somewhat. So yeah, if he can embellish it, he will. But he will not do anything too advanced in case she falls over.
And she will do her best to keep up, but not do very well. So you might want to reel it back in.
Yeah.
That. Do you have your? Actually, I can't say. Did you keep your weapons on you?
Me?
Yep.
Yep.
Then
They're
she will.
daggers, so they're not as problematic as swords, hopefully.
Yep. Are they visible at all, or have you tried to?
If she gets her hands up under his jacket, but that's not appropriate for what they're doing.
Fair enough. In that case, she will just turn to. It might be uncouth, but as I said, I don't really enjoy the thrills that noble women might get from this sort of thing. I would be interested in how you and your adventuring companions have managed to survive so far. Are you skilled with the arcane, perhaps? Or with weaponry?
I would say it's more dumb luck.
You underestimate yourselves.
No, I'm very much not one for fighting. I had some lessons as a child, but I'm not a warrior. I'm not a soldier. I mainly run and hide. It may not be brave, it may not be noble, but it's kept me alive.
Perhaps a coward, but a wise coward.
An alive one.
Hmm.
For now, at least.
For now. Tell me, are you frightened of me? And she will smile with bared fangs.
And he will very openly just say, Of course. It'd be stupid not to be.
Then you are indeed wise.
I'm
Would you
still
kill
alive.
me as readily as you would kill my husband?
Would you be trying to kill me at that point?
Perhaps. I side that has the best odds of winning in a situation.
I do not want to fight.
That is a shame.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Well, if we do not fight today, perhaps another day.
I hope not.
I miss dancing.
Do I hear him say that?
You saying it at normal volume.
Oh, then I will happily hand her off to him. There will be a turn, she'll get a bit wobbly, and then she'll look up and she'll be in Luca's arms, or Cedric's arms, or Sergei's arms. She'll be in the guy's arms.
You are particularly horrific to look at. And I've seen many horrors in this play.
I would say thank you, but I am aware of the extent of my deformity.
I wish I had spent more time with the abbots. Do you miss him?
I do not.
Do you feel any regret over his death? Do you feel like a normal human would feel?
You're asking if I feel remorse about the fact he died?
Yes, and about your nature, which is like our love, so alike and yet so alien to me.
I am entirely aware that I am a walking abomination. And as for remorse about the abbot, not remorse that we had to destroy him, but remorse that he'd lost his way to such an extent.
He had such a grand plan. It is a shame. I would have liked to see how it would play out.
Well, there's always the future. I'm still here.
You would take up the abbot's previous mission to send his abominations to kill us.
Oh, that's the wrong roll. Sorry. Oh.
Well, goddamn.
I rolled so well the first time. Can we just pretend I got the 17?
We can go with your first roll.
Oh, that's very generous of you. No, I wouldn't. It was particularly heinous hobby he had found indulgence in. But he brought me back in the hopes that I might be able to relinquish some of Strahd's control. I feel like I will be in confrontation with my brother, I suppose, before too long.
He's your brother.
Apparently, my first life here was as Sergei Vonzodovich.
Would you want to fight with your brother even if you do not remember him? What family do you have now in this form?
I was raised without a family.
Exactly. If I were you, I would want to get to know my only kin.
Under normal circumstances, I would agree, but not while other people are suffering because of him.
I thought he made it quite plain at dinner. It is his curse people suffer from, not him. You could help him.
That is what I'm trying to do.
What exactly are you trying to do?
When I have that known precisely, I probably still wouldn't tell you.
Or maybe not as wise, but a little bit wise compared to your friend.
Alessander has the benefit of subtlety and experience. Over the last few days, I have found myself to have been more blunt than people have told me.
In your current form, it would be difficult to fit back into a noble life. Still, I managed.
Yes, but fangs are easier to hide than being a patchwork person. I don't have a life I can go back to after this. I have no illusions.
That's what I'm saying. Perhaps you should be focusing more on making a life here. If you escaped, if your friends escaped the mist somehow, against all odds, would you really want to leave when this is all that you know?
I have no intentions to leave.
But you have no intention of reuniting with your brother.
Not in a standard familial sense.
I see. You're a little cagey, but I see.
Valenta, are you not concerned that you're being replaced? And I will look across at Gertruda.
She will probably stop dancing as you're addressed and turn to you, or else she would just walk away.
Oh, sorry, I realised they were still dancing around. Thought they were still there.
I replaced Anastasia. Anastasia replaced Ludmilla. These are things you come to understand when you live in eternity. But I have my own value as a person if I am not necessarily his current interest. I know what keeps me alive. I am under no illusions about that.
So you're a minion, a slave, a puppet.
Everyone in this land is a puppet of Strahd. You are not better than me.
No, I don't
And
think I'm better than you. I just find it strange that you just accept be under the boot of him for
we are
eternity.
bonded by blood and by marriage. It may not be traditional to you, but it works for us. I make it work for me. So do not judge and do not goad. Your friend Alessander wouldn't like that.
Yeah, well, when it comes down to it, it's not the manners that keep you alive in a place like this. Maybe if you hide it and grovel it and doff in the cap.
Well, she'll lean in properly close. She'll get her fangs quite near your face, if you let her.
Oh, yeah.
I look very... No, I can't English. I look forward to when it comes down to it. Very much.
I assure you, I taste quite foul to your kind. My blood is dead, 50 years dead. I hope you choke on it. And if you don't choke, then I'll have your head. Sorry, Cedric, I interrupted your dancing and I'll sort of like put them back together again.
Alexander's having a panic attack in the corner.
No, I am tired of dancing.
I'm just going to like waddle my way up to Strahd. I don't know why I keep using waddle
Waddle?
for Cedric. And I'm just going to stand there as he's still dancing with
Has he
Gertruda.
got scurvy?
He's got mismatched legs, so
That'll do
just
it. Waddling, shuffling.
So he's going to move up to Strahd whilst he's still dancing away, and just try to like catch his eye for a moment and go, seeing as I apparently used to live here, I would like to explore the castle somewhat further, seeing as I don't need to eat dessert.
As you approach, Gertruda's going to go off and ask Alessander if he'll dance with her. Lovely. And I assume Olav and Valenta just look at each other. They're having essentially a staring contest because neither of them need to blink. I don't know. You're muted.
He's got very poor dexterity because he's dead, but I'll happily dance with her while we have this conversation.
Straight barbs.
Yeah, just like daggers at each other.
Or she would go off, and I'd hoped Tom would be here by this point and he could ask any questions he wanted to before we wrap this up. But let's just go to...
It'd probably be like, are there any more of those lobster bisques going? That's probably what it'd be
He's just got
saying, or it'd be
pockets
eating
full of
all the
apples.
fruit. Yeah.
Take a bite, put one in the pocket. Take a bite, put another one in the pocket. Sorry.
My dad told an embarrassing story. This is off topic. Embarrassing story about me when I was little. They went strawberry picking, and apparently, when we got back to, I was only about 4 or 5. When we got back to the thing to weigh the punnet to buy it, there was one strawberry in the basket, and my face was just like red, all down my shirt, everything. Should have weighed me on the way in. Anyway.
I don't think that's an embarrassing story. I think that's adorable.
It is adorable.
I think it's very endearing, yes.
I know, I was 29.
But yes, I'd like to explore.
Is there anything in particular you wanted to see?
Well, I would like to see the area where I used to stay when I was here, and I would like to know what you did with my remains after I expired.
You have already been to the area that you stayed when you finally came to the castle. It is the room you were in when Gertruda welcomed you. And
Yes, that's true. I forgot I remembered that. I'm sorry.
as befits this occurrence, you returning, there are no remains.
It's unfortunate. I would have expected to leave a body behind. But, never mind. But I would like to wonder all the same.
What would you hope to achieve if you had seen your own body? Some sort of existential crisis?
Fine. Don't know.
Hmm. You may wonder. Be careful. Not all the areas of the castle are so well kept. Some are in disrepair. Some, as I've said, areas are haunted by times gone by.
Would your previously stated protection not extend to my wanderings?
No. I have shown you the areas of the castle you may see. The castle has a life of its own. And some delightful additions, courtesy of Linda. She would be very glad to see you experience them.
Your warnings are appreciated, as is your permission to wander. And he's just going to circle around, to go through this little door here, and then just before he closes the door, he will look at Valenta and go, "To be absolutely honest, I do believe he is better than you." And then he'll shut the door.
You will walk into what appears to be a bath chamber.
For the record, anybody is happy to follow me, if they so choose. Otherwise, I'm going to explore this castle on my own.
How much are we actually being kept busy by the people that are talking to us? So I've got Gertruda.
Got Gertruda. Olav has Valenta. Or, well, I think Valenta will have moved on to Magus. So, Olav, you can talk with Strahd or just be sat at the table with him. You don't have to make small talk.
Matt, we can't hear you.
I would probably just sit there. I wouldn't talk to him very much. I mean, I'm not wearing my armor. I've got my sword with me, but that's it. I'm not afraid
Then
of being poisoned, so I will even eat a little bit of fruit, very tiny amount.
Gertruda, would it be okay if we just check to make sure that Luca is okay?
Appears We've just gone in a circle. See, up there is my bedchambers.
Okay.
But yes, of course, we can follow him. I don't know that I don't mind him being in my room. It's not really my room.
But it's not particularly polite. So let's.
Yeah, of course.
And then which way did he go? Just.
Well,
up
from
and
here,
down?
back there is the dressing room, so he'll have gone through here into my bedroom.
Is it okay that I enter?
Of course.
Not want this to seem uncouth.
No, we're just passing through, aren't we?
Any sign or sound of him yet?
This is Strahd's study. Have you been closing doors behind you, Luca? Strahd.
I have
Strahd,
not.
Cedric, help.
I have not.
Then you have a trail of open doors.
And I hurry up and I manage to spot him scarpering around a corner. I will keep conversation going with Gertruda just about, it's wonderful architecture, not seen a place quite like this, that kind of jibber jabber, just so Luca can hear and clock on that we are following, but we'll keep a bit of a distance.
Cedric, you are walking down a similar hall to the Hall of Heroes. It's several alcoves lined with statues. Here, there are some openings in the roof, so you can see the clouds outside. Some water seeping in from the rain.
Anything particularly interesting about the statues?
There's always this sense that the statues are looking at you, even though they don't move and they don't have pupils where their eyes should be. But no.
This is a fascinating place.
Who are you saying that to yourself?
Yes. Hello, Thomas.
Hello. So sorry.
Don't be, it can't be helped.
That glow is a bit strange. Hello, Alessandra.
Is there a particular reason for the excursion?
I'm just attempting to remember something.
Have you had any luck with that?
In the chapel, I apparently remembered my wedding.
Oh. Are you okay?
It would have been a happy memory had it not ended with my murder.
Oh. That is... I know things can be quite political, but that's not normally how weddings go. Gertruda, we do not mean to take you away from the festivities. If you would like to return, then please do.
Fascinating. You are married.
Yes. and murdered.
Yet here you stand.
Yes, it's almost full circle.
You all have such intriguing lives.
Well, being murdered by my brother isn't exactly what I would call intriguing.
By Strahd.
Indeed.
Are you sure?
So Strahd long before you knew him.
Deathly. In fact, in a literal sense, I mean deathly sure.
He says he's old, but that must have been a very long time ago. I can't imagine. I know all of the stories, believe me. I know what he is. He doesn't hide it. But he cannot help it.
Things can be a struggle. I find it difficult to look at myself most days since I've returned to life. But I would like to imagine fratricide is something that can be helped, especially on their wedding day.
I
Would
don't.
Gertruda, I would advise that you go home.
I'm not going home. I have nowhere to go. We should go back.
You could. We have friends in Vallaki. If you do not want to go home, you could. You can make your own life, much as we've tried. You seem to enjoy the sound of adventure.
I
And
know
you've already braved so much just by coming here.
at Strahd's mercy. I know he could have killed me, and he has chosen not to. I don't think he would harm me. I do think I could leave if I wanted to, but what is out there? This is a way of life I could never have imagined, and it looks after me.
And one day he may not.
It
But
is.
why? Why would he stop? I don't know why he does it in the first place. It's kind. It's a kindness I unlike any I've ever known. It's the only kindness I've ever known. So I don't know why you're telling me all of these things, and I don't know why I've lost my accent, but I would like to hear it from him. I will ask him. I will ask him about you. I will ask him if I could go and come back. Maybe I would like to see the lackey.
I wouldn't advise you asking him, considering, again, I was murdered on my wedding day. Such a question might be what's the word? Unwelcome. We'll use that for the time being. And you might be happy here, but it's an artificial life. And if you stay here too long, you may well just end up like Valenta.
like Valenta. I mean, she has been
Eventually, you
kind
would,
enough.
but she is aware that she is being replaced.
Well, again, I don't know about these. I don't know what it's like to live forever. I expect you would get bored of the same company. It makes sense. And Valenta's happy. I think really we should go back.
My parents dressed me in fine clothes and they gave me good food. But I was not living my life. There may be a lot here for you, but there may also be much more elsewhere. The way that your parents treated you, it may only be another version of what is happening here. Just dressed up differently.
It's a
I
prison
just want
by
you to be
another name.
safe. Yes.
Be better out there than this at the side of the Lord of Barovia.
The Lord whose wives attack whole villages and try to burn down orphanages, who are replaced and held in such disdain by the people.
Strahd was
You
not
may be
happy
loved
about
by
that.
one.
He had a go at well, not had a go. I wasn't there, but I haven't seen Ludmilla about. I mean, she's not about much as it is, but
I climbed into that fire. We protected that town. We're only here as pawns for some kind of game that he is playing, and I am so sorry to tell you this, but you are also part of that game. And you are a smart girl. You can do so much. You can be so much more than this. But you need to do that on your terms, not on his, and not on ours. If you choose to stay here, we will accept that, we will not argue, and we will mention nothing of this conversation. If you choose to leave, then we will accept that also. And if you ask for our help, we will offer it freely. Or at least I will. No. Look at Luca, Cedric, Sergei.
I came here to help people. It would be a betrayal of every part of me if I did nothing to help you.
she will look at you with her big doe eyes, confused. Roll a persuasion check if you would like.
Me?
Can I also... Can I
One-
roll an insight check as well?
Yes, absolutely. Alessandra can also have advantage on the persuasion, because that was a very good speech.
So that's 19 on the insight, just to make sure that she's above board. She's not secretly being turned that we're not aware of. She's
Not playing you.
And that's 24 on the persuasion check. 19s, baby!
She seems an open book. And with a 24, what should I do?
That is your decision to make. It could be safe here as long as you stay in his good graces. It could be dangerous here or anywhere else. We can help you get to Vallaki. We can we know people who will help keep you safe. You'll have friends there.
Intruder, I have a question for you. Have you heard of a man named... That's not the name, I just had a random coughing fit. Sorry, my zombie lungs are a bit rubbish. Have you heard of a man named Darzin?
Passing.
Passing.
I don't like to intrude too much. The name's been mentioned, I think. Why?
He is a friend of Alessander's and briefly mine, who you may have actually replaced, or at least had held Strahd's interest for the same amount of time. And when he parted company with us, he was very concerned for his own life.
Is he okay?
We haven't heard or seen him since.
But that is not to say that
He
is
may
not
be
okay.
perfectly fine.
We left him in
Kresk.
He's an interesting fellow, but he is a brave man. He's very much been in your situation. He would understand.
Understand what you're telling me, to find this Darzin person? Are you telling me that I should stay here, or Strahd might hate me, might get rid of me, like this Darzin person, or that I should go before he hates me? I think he would hate me either way. Now that you're telling me all of these things,
Darzin, as far as I understand, left of his own accord. Though matters may have been confused due to the attack on Vallaki that you've heard of. Whereas for you, you have the right to leave. That has already been mentioned, has it not? You are young and you want to explore. You've heard names of people and places, and there is so much for the world to offer you. You just want to see it. He wouldn't deny you that, would he?
if I say I want to go with you today, you'll help. You'll find me somewhere to stay. Where would we go, Vallaki?
We could go to Vallaki, we could go to Kresk, we could go wherever you wanted to.
But I wouldn't stay with you, would I? You'd go off and do your adventuring.
We would check on you. There would be people, you would have friends. We wouldn't just abandon you. We would never just abandon you. Even here.
There are people that, at least by my understanding, I haven't been to Vallaki, but there are a number of people there that we have invested time and effort into. We would be passing by frequently to make sure they're fine.
Okay.
Would you want me to maybe ask Strahd if we could show you some of the places that you are yet to see? put it forward as an opportunity for learning. Maybe even the chance for you to learn more about how to be in this place if you wanted to be.
Yes, if you would, that you wouldn't mind that. Yeah, he said before that would be fine. So, and you said you there are people you trust. I think I trust you. So, yes.
And I will do everything that I can. We will all do everything that we can to earn that trust. And if she's crying, I'll take a little handkerchief out of my pocket and I'll dab the tears and I'll hand the handkerchief to her, and it will have a little it'll have initials on it that just say ER.
Oh,
She'll probably take it from you and do a big blow of her nose, and then go, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I will
You
do.
are.
I will do like a really slow, apprehensive like pat on the shoulder with my weird patchwork hand. And as I'm doing that, I will use a second level slot and cast Calm Emotion.
She's not going to resist. It will take. Is there a specific effect you're
No.
looking for?
I'm just chilling around.
Okay.
From the insight, would I have any idea if she was charmed? Or is this just the enthrallment of a sheltered teenager?
I don't know, because it's not a magical check, so obviously she holds Strahd in high esteem.
Mm-hmm. He is her bias.
But you have sowed enough doubt to make her panic. And subsequently calm down magically for 10 minutes.
Also, Gertruda, if we take you somewhere, I would appreciate the discretion on my relation with Strahd. Did you say why?
Yeah, sorry. Why?
Oh. He is not well received outside the castle walls. And I already look the part of a monster. I don't need people to assume that I am one because of the relation.
I see. I can. It will be a secret between us. And she'll like hold out a little pinky. She's got her playfulness back.
I don't know what this gesture is.
Alexander will reach over. He'll do the pinky thing, and then he'll make them stamp it as well. He had a little sister. He gets it.
I don't know what this is.
The prom.
It symbolizes a promise, and then you complete it and you make it permanent. It's something that young women seem to like to do. It's important to them.
It's an interesting gesture. Now, I was keen to explore more, but discussion has dragged on a bit longer than anticipated. So, yes, I suppose we should probably return.
So if you make your way back, this gives us our opportunity to say to Tom, so they have gone on a little tour of the castle. They've seen the chapel, the audience hall where the throne room is, and they have ended here in a smaller dining room where a harp is magically playing in the corner. They've had little conversations and had some passive-aggressive waltzes round the table to the music. And at some point, Valenta would ask you if you would like to dance.
Right, but I warn thee now that your feet are probably in quite a lot of danger.
So you weren't paying attention, you were eating. I'm still doing Gertruda. Add some vampire. Okay. I am making it my mission to step on everybody's feet in this room. I am not a very good dancer either.
And you're well suited, lass. I don't know if I'm a good dancer or not. I might be. I can't knowingly say I've ever done it.
Well, okay, so if I take a lead, you put your arms like this and move your left foot back, then your right foot, and she'll sort of talk you through the steps. And do you want to do a performance check to see how awful this is? You can't be worse than her 4.
Do I think that I could get away with maybe? Oh, doesn't matter. Don't need.
I like to imagine. He doesn't quite get the waltz, but he has this free-form style that he feels the music. It is enchanting, entrancing to watch. It's something new, and you've not seen anyone dance like that before, but he is dancing.
It's Morris dancing, isn't it?
Where did he get the bells from?
I
And the
do like the
hankies, the
idea of
mini
you
hankies.
hop skipping around Valenta. Like of Mabel. Yes.
Suddenly, bells and everything appear, and what do they call the little drums? Sounds fun.
You are a natural, it seems.
It's really fun, Ness.
So, tell me, you say you don't remember anything, but then you've met these folk. Why did you stay with them? They are such a, let us be honest, unlikable bunch.
Well, you get used to them. They're all right when you get used to them, I
If
suppose.
you haven't met anyone else, how do you know that you can get used to them, but you have nothing to compare it with?
No.
Why haven't you struck out on your own? I assume you were with, even though you don't remember, with the forest folk before, who have their own way of living. But venture into the cities and live life for yourself.
I'm not so fond of the cities, and I think I don't want lots of people around. It feels like that would be uncomfortable, but there's nothing wrong with having a few companions, even if you ain't got much in common with them. Besides, all we've done is wander around the countryside, largely, and explore. And for someone like I, not got lots of experience of much at all, it's been quite the adventure.
I mean, you sound like you've done a lot more than exploring, from what Strahd tells me. It sounds like you have fought against werewolves, witches. Do you know why you're doing any of this? Or you're just following their lead like a sheep?
I'm not following no one's lead. I'm fine. I don't know. I just doing what's right, and we didn't fight. Well, we fought some werewolves, but we befriended others. They're fairly decent folk. If you give them the time and talk to them.
No, I'm not saying werewolves aren't decent folk. They are like me. They were human once. They are afflicted now. But you seem lost.
Interesting words you used there. You affliction. It's a curse that you are. You are cursed then, or do you think it's a burden?
Honestly, I quite like it. It gives me time. Time I would not have otherwise had. But it is the way we referred to these things when they were just stories to us. Curses, afflictions. I know better now. But it is still in my vernacular.
Oh, habits die hard, I suppose. What do you do to fill your time apart from learning to dance?
Would you like to see?
I think I would.
Come with me. I am just going to copy and paste you onto another map. You will notice them leave. They don't make a make it secretive or anything. She will lead you back down the spiral staircase, down to the main floor. All the way she will be telling you. I was always quite bookish compared to other women that I knew. I spent most of my initial years devouring his library here, and I found I have become quite good at making things.
You can eat books.
Sorry, what did you say, Tom? I just heard books.
You can eat books.
It is a turn of phrase.
Oh, okay. So you weren't actually devouring no books. Imagine that'd
No.
be quite dry.
How would you get down to this level? I'm trying to work it out because this is all intended to help as much as harm. Trying to remember where things lead. I'm sorry, and then I'll put you on that floor. Okay, that goes there. That goes there. Oh, okay. So she'd have probably led you back down to the chapel, out into the courtyard, and through another little entrance and down some stairs, which she would explain as the servants' entrance. And you will find
That's
yourself.
right.
Where's Valenta? Yeah. So you walk down some stone steps into the dark, find yourself in a hallway. You'll probably see. Is Adam showing there? The guy that's been serving you at dinner, he will be probably coming across you in this corridor as he makes his way into what looks like a kitchen with an empty platter from upstairs. You get these smells of things that you had for dinner, the bread, things like that, as he shuts the door behind him, and Valenta will lead you to the end of this hall, into this room.
I understand why you've been spending your time here. This smells glorious.
She will show you into a room that is so very strange. It is everything in this room is made out of bones. The table, the bones have been woven together with what looks like leather, and it's immaculate. The chairs, again, made out of bones. It's got this still quality, this room, like you go in and, I don't know, you feel like you should hold your breath. You're surrounded by things that were once alive and now are morbid decorations.
Magus pauses for a second, takes a few puffs on his pipe, takes it all in, marches forward slowly, trying not to give anything away, and just taps the edge of one of the chairs with the edge of his pipe to see what sound it makes. You made all this?
Yes, isn't it beautiful? Such
Certainly,
beauty from such decay.
certainly impressive.
You see how the foundational structures, and she'll like point out like the joints on a chair are made with larger bones. This is the thigh bone of a wolf, this of a human, and I have fused them together so they can support the smaller, more intricate patterns I have made with the bones of, I think, some of these animal bones, finger bones. I could point out each individual one to you, but I want you to step back and really take it in.
How many different creatures, bones you got in this creation?
You were testing me. I think there were 52 humans, 10 wolves, so many little birds. And then an amalgamation of what other things I could find.
How long did
Goats.
this take?
I've been making it steadily for years. Adam has taken quite an interest. He's, I think, found it quite meditative, although his work is not perfect and I often have to go over it to make it right.
Well, this is one of the most interesting things I've seen. I don't quite know what to say. I've never seen its like.
And I doubt you ever will.
Do you use it, or is it by way of...
Oh, absolutely. I've made these as secure as a wooden chair, and you'll see she'll just recline as she takes a seat on one of them. I often take my meals here. If you are quiet for a moment, if you just listen, you can hear them, I think. The animals, the people that these used to belong to. Their stories. Do you hear it?
I can hear something. Can't make out what.
I thought you would appreciate this. We are truly communing with... I don't know, is it life? Is it death?
I'm not sure what to say. Thank you for sharing it with me.
You're very welcome. You're always welcome to return. Whilst we are here, kitchen?
I think I ate enough at the table, but thank you for your kindness.
I did not think your stomach could be full after what I saw. Very well. And if you will let her, she will lead you back upstairs.
Not a lot of conversation on the way back. I'll answer questions quite shortly, but not rudely. And looking contemplative.
Tell me, Magus, if you say you don't remember anything of the forest folk, do you remember their gods? The three ladies. I have read about them.
I think I've heard of them, but I only know what we've learned on our travels, really. There seems to be memories of them about in the land.
Well, I have a theory, based on what I have read. That woman that you fought in the swamp, she was no god. She was a witch who managed to elongate her life through arcane rituals, bathing in blood, things like that. There are very old traditions. I say traditions.
I think you're right about that one. She was an odd one, she was.
I don't see how these three ladies could not be the same thing. Not gods, just powerful humans. Like Baba Yaga, able to extend their lives, able to project themselves beyond their physical selves. Like that coven that you met at the windmill. Do you see the similarities?
I don't think I was there for that, but I've heard them speak of it.
You should ask them.
I don't know the difference between gods and powerful people, but I feel there's something don't feel quite right about a lot of places here, and I don't know what that is or how to fix it, or even if it needs to be fixed. But do you not feel that?
I feel there are a lot of old traditions and ways of life that have endured, whilst others, like you, like I, have arrived or changed. And where they see, or where you see something wrong, it is just something different. But you don't know how to process that.
There's a lot that changes in Barovia, is there?
I have been around not as long as Strahd, but some years.
How much has changed in that time?
Among the cities, I don't take much interest, but their power regimes, they come, they go, they fight. The creatures that lurk in the woods, in places that people fear to tread, I think they have been drawn here by this curse Strahd speaks of, for whatever reason, and they have become more frequent, which is good because I have become increasingly bored.
Well, you kept yourself busy, I suppose, till now, but I don't know. There's change in life. It's one of the things there always is. There's not. There's life on the surface of this place, but it don't go deep. There's a staleness to the land. It's changing, maybe, the ways you speak. I don't think they're the ways that it's supposed to be changing. And I don't know if it's this curse that the Lord speaks of, or what. He's been around a long time, and no doubt much wiser than I. But
You have a
there's
very
many.
interesting perspective on things.
I suppose it comes from coming at things fresh.
You do have a somewhat childlike brain, a naivety. It is very endearing, Magus.
Thank you, lads. And for sure, I take your joy in simple things, that watching me eat, your creations. It's quite endearing side to ye too.
Very kind. And unless there's anything else anyone wants to say or do, I feel we have all had moments with certain people, and we will all come to a point where we realize conversations are dying down and the fruit platters are getting low, and Strahd will turn to you. I keep my word. You may leave. My carriage will take you wherever you wish to go. I
My
would
lord,
like.
we were-
I would be interested to know where you will go from here, not just in the carriage. I mean, how we will proceed, our relationship.
Forgive me, Lord, but I'm confused by the question slightly, and I mean no offense, but would like some clarification. We came here at your request, and thank thee kindly for your hospitality, but we wasn't led to understand that we were beholden in any way for coming.
Oh, you
that
are
the
not.
case?
Your choices are your own, my friends. But, as I said, if you wish to work together to officially marshal the land, you'll look at Olav, to look at returning the land to how you may remember it. You'll look at Magus and then Cedric in turn. or leaving the land completely, as I wish to do. You look at Alessander. I can help you with information about, well, information I've given you about the powers that lie in this temple. If you wish to go there, I can give you now some cold weather clothes. The mountains are a treacherous landscape. You will need them. If you wish to purge Barovia of the hag presence, I can let you know where they are. But there is an understanding that you these are purposes for you. Purposes which are not foolishly striving to kill me.
Lord Strahd, I'm willing to marshal your lands. I don't know a lot of these hags, but I know that Alessander has personal experience of them. But let's not deceive one another. Living forever is dull. I don't think you would like us to make it too easy for you. Am I wrong?
Do you think it would make it difficult?
No, but we might make it interesting.
Oh, you have.
And long may we. I would very much like to help remove these hags. In your name, if you wish. If the rest of the party are in agreement, at least.
We may all have different reasoning, but I believe that one way to keep the people here safe, or at least safer, would be, yes, to remove the presence of the hags. They have the harm that they've caused to places, to towns such as Barovia, to Gertruda's home, the violence that has been inflicted on these people. It seems only right that we do what we can to protect them. Maybe we could find some way, maybe not of aligning ourselves, but stalemate, an uneasy peace. I do not wish to work against you. My lord, I just want to survive. I want to learn about the land. I want to learn about the people. And if in doing so I am able to leave, then that is truly what I want. Because I think it is truly what you would want. I've been talking to Gertruda throughout the night about what we have already seen. And she's seen so little. People here, they've not been able to experience life. Maybe we can help them do that. Maybe we can offer them some safety and some certainty. We could remove the hags, or at least attempt to, in your name, of course. And I would ask that you allow us to maybe escort Gertruda to visit the Vistani or Valaki, or even be able to visit her hometown and see it in a way that she's not seen it before, from a different position.
Strahd will look to Gertruda, who will look at him quite nervously. Is this what you wish? They seem to be honest and strong traveling companions, and I have said I wanted to see more of this land, so yes, at your grace, I would appreciate if I could take some leave and go with these people. Strahd will quietly contemplate for a moment. You, as I said, may do as you wish, Gertruda. If you wish to come back to me, my door is always open. You must look after her.
I would, as if she's my own sister.
Very well.
There's a hope in her that would be good for the people. An innocence, should we say.
You are exceedingly well spoken, Alessandro. Your family, they brought you up very well.
I will be sure to pass on the compliment to my mother if I am ever to return home.
The hags, which you know as Morgantha, Bella, and Athalia, they found a dwelling in the village of Barovia, just to the south of our castle. Every dawn, one of them goes to the river to fetch water. Another may go to the woods to hunt or to scavenge. You will know the house because the window on the first floor has been smashed. It has been boarded over, but it is still smashed. At some point, Rahadin will come in. Ah, perfect. If you are to be my marshals, then you should wear my crest. And Rahadin will have in a box these pins with the Barovian, with the Bonzarevich crest of the raven on them. And if you do not object, he will pin them to each of you.
I think it may just be me that is willing to do this. I can't speak for the others.
Alessandro, you said protect in my name.
Is it possible for this to be just a temporary situation? I do
Yes.
hope to return home, of course.
And I would wish to leave also. Yes. Of course.
I'll accept it as well, but I'll look at Olav just for a bit of reassurance.
Yeah, I'll nod.
And this, he'll get to, Cedric. This is just your family crest.
Was my reasoning behind it as well, funnily enough. Why did I roll deception? I didn't touch anything.
No, I meant to roll for me. This is how reassuring I'm being for Alessandra.
Very reassuring. Very reassuring.
I am reassured.
Well, if anybody needs further reassuring, they can just pretend it's less Strahd seal and more mine for the time being.
Brother, you barely remember your family. It is my seal, our seal. You will remember that. But for now, everyone sees it as mine. Magus, would you like to wear my crest?
I'll take it for now, Lord Strahd, but I'm capable of putting it on myself.
Very well. I know you have not, like the others, taken these fine clothes, but you may keep them. Rahadin has placed in the carriage the clothes you were wearing, laundered freshly. I can also...
Before we go, Lord Strahd, there's something I've been meaning to ask you since you told us about the story of this mist and whatnot. You said that long ago you went there and something was released and took you. Maybe not your words, but my understanding of them. I wanted to ask you one question, really, but I haven't found the opportunity. You say you want the mists to go so you can escape. That seems to align with what my friends here want. And I think it would be good for the land for the mists to be gone. But my question is, if you could go back to that day you went to the temple, summoned by your friend, who apparently he's not, would you have gone?
I have asked myself that question before, Magus, and come to this conclusion. What is done is done. I cannot change it. I can only change my future, which is what I do here and now with you.
I suppose that answers my question as well.
Honest answer, my lord, and I thank thee.
I appreciate that you managed to correctly pin your crest onto my attire, rather than, say, catching it in my neck or something.
I already lost you once, Cedric. Sergei. It is confusing to know what to call you. I'm sure you will find yourself and make that decision. Would you be so kind, before you leave, as to tell me the whereabouts of my tome? As we have this understanding now.
I wish I knew where it was, Lord Strahd, but alas, I do not know. I'm actually telling the truth there. But not very well.
Yes, we are regrettably unaware of its location.
Very well.
I'm sure we can keep an eye out for it. What does it look like?
You know full well, Olaf. You know.
Do I?
It has been a pleasure to entertain you. Rahadin, please pack Gertruda some of her clothes. And maybe some warm coats for them if they decide to venture towards the temple.
May be beneficial.
Where would you like the carriage to take you?
Back to where we were picked up, I believe.
Back to Argynvostholt.
Well, where are these hags that you speak of?
Right,
They're
okay.
in Barovia.
Well, that's kind of a big area.
So the valley is called
above-
Barovia.
Above table, Graham's going to meet us at Argynvostholt.
Okay.
Would it be safe travelling to Vallaki from Argynvostholt with Gertruda?
We've done it before, we can do it again. We've just got Strahd's crest on us to protect us from non-Strahdy things and hope for the best.
Indeed, you are under my protection now.
Well, it has been an honor, Lord Strahd, and the food looked very nice. I trust from Magus's reaction, it also tasted very nice.
I've never had food so fine.
A pleasure.
So I shall. Olaf's sword arm is obviously missing from the elbow down, so we will have one of the sleeves of the military jacket like pinned up, and I will unpin it, and you will see like a weird spectral arm appear. Do you need this coat back? Is it Sergei's by any chance? And I'll just start to unbutton it.
A gift, please.
Thank you. I'll just turn and leave.
I will do everything within my power to look after Gertruda while she is in our care.
Please do. Oh, Gertruda. It has been a pleasure. He will take her hand and kiss it. And we can put you back outside in the carriage again if you wish, to avoid any more awkward goodbyes.
Please and thank you.
Oh, do I want to make it more awkward?
Well, as he turns away, Magus turns around, winks at Valenta, and pulls out a bone-coloured rose that he's mage crafted and hands it to her. Thank you for the dance, lass. And I'll head out.
Magus, you are a delight.
Strahd.
Yeah.
There will be a moment where Sergei is like, I want to make him uncomfortable. Very badly. And just as like a little dig at his pons. And Sergei will like hold his arms up. It's like, would you oppose a hug from your long dead brother?
I am not the hugging kind. Please understand. I appreciate this opportunity I thought I would never have again. But even in life, we did not embrace Sergei.
Well, you are forgiven
How gracious of you.
for all of it.
Until next time. And you will see that graciousness that he has exhibited all evening drop just a little.
Time to leave.
And with that, the carriage will take you back to Argynvostholt if you wish. By that time, it will most definitely be bedtime, and you will want to rest. You can have another short rest in the carriage if you wish. You can, I would say we should end there, but you are welcome to also fill this time with some above table talk about what you're going to do next. Help me more than anything.
Well, on table talk, the moment we're in the carriage and we start moving, Cedric is going to put that crest in one of his little patches out of view. Keep that tucked away for a rainy day. But above table, what's the plan going forward?
I want Graham back.
You want Graham
I
back?
feel a little lost without him. I need him. I did not realise how I realised how important he was to me, but there are so many things I wanted him to be able to do in Ravenloft, and he wasn't there, so I want him back. And then I think it'd be useful to pop by the Lackey before maybe heading to Barovia, dealing with the hags.
Yes, good plan.
Well, we're in the coach, and Magus sat there listening to the others talk about what we're doing next. I'm gonna be looking at the pin, and I'm gonna, knowing what I know about leaving things places, I'm gonna cast detect magic on the pin.
It appears to be a pin.
Slightly reassured, I'll just stuff it under my hat.
I shall put my armor back on whilst we're in the carriage, and yeah, the pin.
That's a
will
bumpy ride.
go.
Good luck.
Well, I've got to get it back on. You never know.
Also, Gertruda will be all, "Where did you get that scar?"
Yeah, well,
I
she probably
will cover
not noticed
Gertruda's
yet that I
eyes.
have an arm missing. Yeah, the scar is from shoulder right, almost level with my navel diagonally, and I'm missing an arm, which is like spectral and weird. But the pin will go in the jacket inside the armor, so it's not visible unless I reach in and take it out. I'm not going to wear it openly.
Alexander's going to leave it on until we're out of the carriage and away from Rahadin. Yeah, he's a careful boy.
Yeah, I'm not saying too much until he's gone.
So, at some point in the journey back, I will ask Gertruda whether she would like to learn how to use a bow, a hand crossbow, or a knife. Or a sword if one of the others is willing to teach you.
I won't use the sword, but I can teach damaging prayers.
I can teach you to play the bird pipes if that helps.
Thank you. Which one is easiest to pick up?
Well, I think maybe the hand crossbow would be the most suited to your station.
Okay.
You use it at a distance, and it's quite easy to practice. So we can do that. You shouldn't have to use it often, but I wouldn't want you to ever feel unable to defend yourself if the need arises.
I want to learn. That sounds like I'd be an adventurer.
Well, you're on an adventure, so that is very much what you are.
Oh dear Gertrude.
Welcome to our little band of misfits.
She's gonna die. She's gonna die such a horrible, horrible death.
Don't say it in front of her.
We'll be fine. I have Revivify.
Yeah, how many diamonds do you have?
1.
She's not worth the diamonds.
Oh,
That's
rude.
above table, not in game. In game, he's all about saving it, but she's not worth the diamonds.
So cold.
It was very
Oh.
cold.
Hey,
Yeah,
Hazel
God,
is
cold.
a stone cold bitch, really. We know this.
This is Curse of Strahd, not Icewind Dale. That was just far too cold.
Nice. When we go back to Vallaki, even though Cedric is entirely unaware of them, I would quite like to go and see those Dusk Elves again. Because we
Why?
did not. Why?
Hmm.
Because we barely talked to them.
I know, but what can they do for us?
This is me talking above table.
Okay, well, what can they do for us?
Just we barely
Do
talked to
that.
them the first time. We just said, hello, hello. You're elves. Yes, we are. Cool, talk to you later. And then walked off.
There's a lot of people that we've done that with, but what do you think they will? What would
Don't know.
they be able
They're
to
elves.
help
They might
us
know shit. They've
get
been
out?
around a while.
You know what they know, Jim.
Oh, well, I know what one of
Oh, is that why you want to
Oh,
go see them?
don't meta this.
No, but
No.
genuinely, we did barely talk to anybody.
I don't even know who we're talking about at the moment.
The elves that were living by the Vistani camp. Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't remember them.
Exactly.
I don't remember them, so we can't go back.
Thought they were just kind
Because
of like
who was at the Vistani camp? Who
background
actually of our characters who was there? Who would remember?
I wasn't there.
It would have been
Alessandra and
And Olaf?
Olaf.
Olaf would have been there. Yeah,
I don't remember them. We can't go back. Olaf doesn't care about them.
it would have
I'm
been.
not letting you meta this.
It would have been Alessandro, Olaf, and Darzin.
To be fair, there's not a huge.
You've
got all your plot hooks.
all of for
Sorry.
all my general sarcasm there. I actually seriously don't remember them.
They were very brief.
remember them. Yeah, standing around and kind of noticed them, but we were there to see the Vistani, weren't we? Not them.
Was that around the time when I got Graham?
Yeah, because you got
that definitely
Graham
that
from the
overshadowed
Vistani.
everything.
Okay, so loosely reunite with Graham, take Gertruda to Vallaki, go deal with some hags in Barovia. Cool. Shall we leave?
Have undead Cedric meet Irina.
Have undead Cedric meet Irina.
Traumatize the poor
Maybe.
lass.
Now, Alexander's got some ideas. He's got some thinking to do. There might need to be a separate conversation with the DM.
I am your humble servant.
What do you mean?
Veronica's struggling 10 Strahd off.
It will. We can have this conversation
all along.
We can have this conversation over the weekend.
I'm intrigued to see what the conversation brings.
we end the stream there, please, Matt?
We can. Bye bye.